Riester's Bakery is one of our town's oldest family-run businesses, serving West Hempstead for more than 90 years with delicious quality baked goods. Echo recently caught up with Karl Riesterer, third-generation owner and manager, for a look behind the scenes. It was your grandfather that founded the place, right?
Correct.
What made him decide to come to West Hempstead, of all places in the area?
Well, he originally was born in Germany, married in Germany, everything like that. And then he moved out to Brooklyn. And in 1931, during the Depression, it was tough times all over. He heard about the Cook brothers. They were fighting, and he heard about it somehow, and that they were walking away from the business, make him an offer during those tough times, and they'd be happy to leave.
So there was a pre-existing business that he took over?
Correct. Correct.
Didn't know
So
that.
he came out to the island, which wasn't far from Brooklyn, and made them an offer, and the rest is pretty much history.
So you have recipes that were passed down through generations from
Correct.
from the origins of Riester's.
Correct. Although the recipes really haven't changed, some of the materials have changed.
Right.
Butter is not quite the same butter that it used to be back years ago. Now it's clarified and things like that. Flour is bleached and bromated, where years in the 30s and the 40s it wasn't such thing. It was more of a whole grain flour.
Have you grown up with this bakery in your whole life? You spent your whole life
I
working
did.
here
I
and being
was
part of
born
it?
above the bakery and lived here my entire life up into my young 20s when I decided to go out on my own when I left for college. And then when I came back for college, I still live in the community.
What did you study in college?
I went to Culinary Institute of America. So I did take baking and pastry arts. It's a great business to be in because it's always changing. So right now we're focused on football. And then all the way up to Super Bowl. Right after Super Bowl is Valentine's Day, which is always a great time of year. Right after Valentine's Day comes Ash Wednesday and Mardi Gras Fat Tuesday. And then we go right into Easter. And then right after Easter is communions, and then starts college graduations, and then starts high school and elementary graduations. And then we breathe a little bit for July. It's kind of a little quiet for July and August. And then gear right back up with the Jewish holidays again in September.
So then what made you decide after so many years of being in business that it was time to produce kosher goods for the community?
In the 92 years that we've been here, we've had to always change, adapt to the community, whether that be during the Depression of '31 when we opened, through World War II, and through all the different soldiers or residents leaving to go serve our country. So we've always changed, and we saw a big change in the community over the last 15 years. So we decided to see what it would take to change with the community. We're proud to be a part of the community for so many years.
And what can you tell us about the West Hempstead community that's unique, that really makes this, like a very, perfect community as a customer base?
Well, we've been a great part of it. My dad grew up here. He went to the high school here. He's actually running the reunion for the high school this coming summer. So yeah, we've been very active in the community. I'm an ex-chief of West Hempstead. My dad's an ex-chief of West Hempstead. We're proud to serve the community, not just in the business, but also in emergency situations as well. So we are very, very proud to be a part of that. We were on all the sports teams. I was in soccer and baseball in West Hempstead, so was my dad. And he was football captain and all this other stuff. And so we're very proud to be part of the community for so many years. And most of our staff is from West Hempstead as well. My foreman, who's now 67, he went to West Hempstead High School. He started sweeping the floors here when he was 16. So he's been a great part of the community as well for many years.
So obviously you depend on an incredible amount of goods and supplies being brought here. Over the last few years, the pandemic, there's been a lot of supply interruption. Have you had to
Absolutely.
deal with a lot of interruptions in supplies?
Yes.
And how have you
most
coped with
definitely.
it?
Well, we're lucky that we're a bigger facility, so I can buy in bulk. When I hear something that's getting expensive or getting possibly lean in supply, I'll stock up. So it's not uncommon that I'll have pallets of sugar or pallets of shortening on hand just to get us through that storm. Yes, things have gone crazy. Eggs right now are out of control, as we discussed earlier. You know, we used to pay $1.30, $1.40 a dozen for eggs. Right now, it's $5.40 a dozen
Has that
eggs.
you've had to increase your prices as a result?
We haven't increased our prices in over a year, but it's something that we seriously are thinking about if this continues. We were hoping after the holidays that things were going to break, but the egg prices have not come down the last 2 weeks. So we're going to wait one more week and then make that decision to possibly raise the prices February 1st, which we don't want to do, but it's just the cost of materials.
What about labor? Have you had any issues with labor?
Well, during the pandemic, we always had somebody, it seemed like, that was sick, and then they had to quarantine, or they had somebody in their home that was quarantining. So we, thank God, I haven't lost any employees. We were able to maintain all our employees on. But it was very difficult because you had to be very careful, with who was sick, who had somebody sick at home, everything like that. So it was a challenging time, for sure. One of the things that we are struggling with right now is, yes, our customer count is down a little bit because we don't have that daily foot traffic. If somebody was having a holiday event, they're going to come maybe a mile, 2 miles, 3 miles. Some people come all the way from Suffolk County. So we're very strong in those respects, but we're lacking on our Monday to Friday, our walk-in customer for our Danish and donut. Some of the local people have maybe lost that support to the community, not realizing it. It all comes full circle. We're in turn supporting the soccer team or the football team or the high school or the choir or the drama production that the high school is putting on. When you go to your Starbucks or your Dunkin' Donuts, they're not supporting those local community activities where we are. So even though we might be a nickel more for that coffee than 7-Eleven or Dunkin' Donuts, we're giving that 2 times back full by hiring the high school kids that are coming in, getting a job, getting good principles of worth ethics and things like that, and then giving back to the community in so many ways.
Any plans for expansion and going into new areas, or what's the business plan for the future? Taking this 90-year-old organization and pushing it forward. What's the next level?
Well, I myself am getting old. Years ago, we had my grandparents were here, my aunts and uncles were here, my sisters were here, my dad and my mom, everybody was here, cousins. Right now, it's just me. So it is a tremendous amount of burden on myself.
Stay in the family?
I don't believe so. My son is an engineer in Texas, and my daughter is a manager for the Walt Disney Company down in Florida. They both got great college degrees, and they are very happy in their careers and their life. I don't believe it's going to be something that's going to be in there.
At some point, the business will be for sale.
Quite possibly, yes. I'd be very proud to bring it to 100 years. I think that would...
You're almost there.
I would check that off on my bucket list. I'd make my grandfather proud, my father proud. To say we were able to do it for 100 years during many challenging times, all the way from the Depression through World War II, through all the different other social issues that came around the community and the country, and then made it through a pandemic. Who knows what the next 8 or 9 years are going to bring, but I think if I could make it into my mid-60s, I would be very happy.